Amazon unveils its first warehouse robot with the sense of touch, aka Vulcan. According to GeekWire, because who else could or should bring you a story like this, the robot uses force sensors, and AI to handle and organize inventory with human-like precision, or Jedi-like precision, if you like the use of the word force sensor. Vulcan is already running in Amazon fulfillment centers in Spokane, Washington, and Hamburg, Germany, with future deployments planned across Europe and the US. The robot mimics human touch to handle items in warehouse bins using a specialized tool with force feedback sensors to sense contact and pressure. Amazon describes the mechanism on the end of the arm as, quote, a ruler stuck onto a hair straightener, end quote. And it's worth checking out in the video, folks,
Yes.
from the source article in GeekWire. One part pushes items around to make space, while paddle-like arms gently grip and insert new items using tiny conveyor belts. Another of the robot's arms also uses a camera and a suction cup to identify, target, and extract items without grabbing anything extra. And this, you get the lucky roll of the dice today, my friend, because this is the
Um,
A&M put you on the spot question. Take me to your leader is what's coming through my mind. And there's been a lot of noise about Vulcan on social media. Do you
oh my
think that
God.
all the hullabaloo is warranted? Number one. And number two, where does the application of this technology begin and end in your mind?
Oh my gosh. There are so many nerd references in this that I don't even know where
Yeah,
to
I went all in
begin.
on nerd today.
Uh, well, first of all, I have to say, I love the description that it's a hair straightener holding a ruler. Not what I thought of. And I'm
No.
also surprised that the nerds know what a hair straightener is. That seems very off-brand. Do you know what a hair straightener is?
Let me ask you this. Who came up with that description? Was it a dude or a woman? Like, it was probably a dude. It was 100% a dude,
You
right? Like a
think so?
hair straightener with a ruler. I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I,
I would think
I
the opposite. Do you know what a
really.
hair straightener looks like? Like, do you think the average man knows what a hair straightener looks like?
Yeah, yeah. Is it actually a hair straightener? Yeah, I guess it is a hair straightener too versus a curler. But
Right.
yes,
This
yes,
is what I'm
yes.
talking about. This is
I don't
that's
know.
why I'm like maybe it's somebody else. Anyway,
Who
that's
knows?
beside the point, but I just love
Yes.
that description because I thought that's not does not sound like it's coming from Amazon. It's very like something for the common person to understand like me.
Very PR teased, so to speak.
Yes,
Teased,
yes.
pun intended.
But what I do think is interesting and why I do think that the hullabaloo is warranted is really kind of coming into the fore a little bit more even since we got here to World Retail Congress. And I think that that's because we're hearing a lot of talk about investing in automation because it's one of the things that can help operations run more efficiently. And that's something that retailers have control over in a very uncertain time when it comes to supply chain economic activity and disruption and all these things. So I do like that Amazon is pushing further to figure out how we can optimize all of our warehouse operations so that we can utilize our human workforce in a way that makes the most sense and that will be most advantageous to our business going forward. So I do think that this is really cool in that regard.
Yeah.
And if they can continue to, make sure, I mean, it's really fascinating. I encourage people to watch the video because it's showing like, it knows how hard to squeeze a product. Like you're reducing damages. You have control over that. And those are things that you really have to train people on to do to make sure how to do this the correct way. So if you can standardize this, I think that with automation, I think that's the
Yeah.
way to go here.
Mhm.
But are you all in on Vulcan? I can't even make the sign, Chris.
Yeah,
Am I
not everyone
doing
can do that. Yes, not everyone can do the V. Yeah, I mean the other point too I just make is like, it's something that humans just traditionally do better than a robot,
Yes,
regardless of training. Like it's just we have the dexterity and
right.
the ability to do this in a way robots can. And so it's been something that people have been trying to crack the code on for a while, but I do want to go on a little bit of a rant here on like why are these names so dorky? Like why can't we ever name things why do they always have to name things after sci-fi things? Like why can't we name things after characters from like Charlotte's Web or Anne of Green Gables, and like why does it have to
Oh,
always be like Vulcan or Jedi or something? I just anyway, but net
are you
net,
surprised? I mean, I'm not
no, I'm not
surprised. Like,
surprised at
how
all.
many
Like
Big Bang Theories have you watched? You know
I
this
just
is
get so
like,
tired of it too. Same with all the tech company names like Penetrobe and Innitrobe and all that kind of stuff.
oh my
It's
God.
the same realm, but net net. I think it's big news because, like like we just talked about, it expands the range of items that can be picked mechanically,
Yes.
but it does it in a warehouse. That's the point I would make on the second part of Anam's question, which is where does this begin and end? Because for the record, after last week's headlines, we got a lot of commentary on social media from what I would call some trolls, so to speak, about in-store robots taking workers' jobs for restocking, and that is not going to happen anytime soon. Like for that to happen, a lot of things need to come together, and this whole concept is just taking shape in what is two warehouses that Amazon runs throughout the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for us to get to that eventuality of this hitting in-store restocking and shelving processes, I'm thinking we're at least 20 years out on that at best. Maybe somebody knows better
Whoa,
than I do, but
20.
yeah,
That's
I think before we see that at scale across the industry, at least I
oh,
think.
at
But
scale
I mean,
across the industry. Sure.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like it's going to be a long time, at least 10. You got to go 10 to 20 years on
Wow.
that. I mean, so but it works. You have to hit scale in the warehouse first because that's where the operation is more repetitive and repeatable. It's done the same
Hmm.
way every time. Stocking a shelf is anything but. That's why I'm
Right.
taking the long view of this, in terms of the full impact of the industry. But I think in warehousing, it's probably due to come here, fairly soon. Should Amazon and others like we've seen try to do this in the past get traction with it.
Well, I'll take the under, Chris. I'll take the
Take the
under.
under.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, you're betting today, huh? You're
I'm
betting
betting
on you're
today.
betting on Vulcan, but you're
You know
reticent to
what?
bet on other
There's no,
things.
I follow my intuition, and today I'm taking the under, Chris. So
All
you
right.
can't just bet when you are put on the spot.
Yeah.
You have to let the bet find you. And this one I'm taking the under.